The ace of Dragon Gate. Yuki Yoshioka is the wrestling savant of the Dragon Gate Reiwa New Generation Big Six. Yoshioka was never destined to be the standard bearer of the new generation, but superseded his peers through hard work and determination. Yoshioka debuted in 2016 as part of the Dragon Gate Next training school, but saw very little success for the first 2 years of his career. In 2018, with the goal of progressing his career, he would be a founding member of Mochizuki Dojo. However, Yoshioka would fail to see any real advancement up the card. In 2019, frustrated as his peers surpassed him, Yoshioka would go to Mexico on excursion. Yoshioka would return under a mask as Dia Inferno and would target Dragon Dia. Their feud would be an homage to Dragon Kid's rivalry with Darkness Dragon, but for Yoshioka it would also be personal. Yoshioka saw Dragon Dia as someone who had everything he had ever worked for handed to him on a silver platter. On December 1st, 2021, Yoshioka and Diamante would take on Dragon Dia and Shun Skywalker in a apuestas match. Dia lost his mask after being stabbed in the back by Skywalker. Even after getting what he desired, the emptiness in Yoshioka's heart remained. He would join Dragon Dia in unmasking himself and he would disappear from Dragon Gate. On January 12, 2022, Yoshioka would return to help Dragon Dia win the Open the Brave Gate Championship and bury the hatchet. Together, the two would form Decourage and win the Open the Twin Gate Championships. With the hate and resentment in his heart purged, Yoshioka would skyrocket to the top. In May 2022, Yoshioka would earn an Open the Dream Gate Championship match by defeating Kota Minoura in the King of Gate finals. Following his tournament win, like an entitled prick, Minoura would try to steal the spotlight from Yoshioka by inserting himself in the title picture. In July 2022, Yoshioka would finally reach the mountaintop by defeating Kai and would put Kota Minoura in his place the following night at Kobe World. Yuki Yoshioka would be champion for 166 days and made 5 successful title defenses before falling to Shun Skywalker. During this time, Madoka Kikuta and Ryoya Tanaka would join Decourage and be taken under Yoshioka's wing. Yoshioka helped successfully elevate both men the same way he had craved to be elevated early on in his career. At the end of 2023, Yoshioka would be sidelined after suffering a detached retina. He would be sidelined for the entirety of 2024 and would return in March of 2025. During his absence, Dia Inferno would re-emerge. Tensions would arise in Decourage as Shun Skywalker gaslit them into believing Yoshioka was under the mask. Furthering the strain in the group, Yoshioka suffered defeat after defeat. This would all culminate with Madoka Kikuta betraying the group at Dead or Alive 2025 and costing Yuki Yoshioka his hair. Since losing his hair, Yoshioka has regained his footing and is on his redemption arc back to the championship. At Kobe World 2025, Dragon Dia and Yuki Yoshioka would take on the two men they spiritually succeeded, Dragon Kid and Hiroshi Tanahashi. After the match, Tanahashi passed down the high fly flow to Yoshioka in a symbolic passing of the torch between the two Gifu natives. And that's why Yuki Yoshioka is